Amola Jean, what's happening?
What's up? What's up?
I'm very aggravated right now. I don't know what's worse. Wanting to smoke and don't have no weed, or having weed with no roll up. And for some reason, I thought I had roll up in here. And there was no roll up. So now I can't get high. And yeah, I'm aggravated.
Well,
I'm a little aggravated.
you know.
A little aggravated. So somebody will be offended tonight. We are back with another episode. Um, guess I have to have my drink.
As you should.
I have a drink. So what's going on? What's happening?
Life.
Mm-hmm.
What's up in the world? What's going on in the world, though?
So I know that we were gonna do more episodes of substance, but it's just been a lot happening over the last couple of weeks that just needs to be addressed.
See, the thing is with the word substance, right? A lot of the things that we typically would speak on before is still current events, so it can be made into substance. It's just about how you report it.
Right.
So let's report it with substance.
Right. So let's just dive right into it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You repeat offenders. The state of Florida has been very, 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 very busy. There's been a lot going on in the state of Florida.
That's one thing I give to my man Charlemagne. All the weird shit comes from Florida and the Bronx.
He ain't never lied. So where do we start? We'll start with rest in peace to the young guy, the kid who died on the ride.
Wow, quick moment of silence for the young man that passed away on that ride. And I know it would do no justice to his family, but I hope that family gets a really, really, really large check. Because that was pure negligence, and that young man did not deserve to lose his life just trying to have some fun at an amusement park, when clearly that safety precautions are in place for a reason. R.I.P. to him.
Right. So that is very saddening on all levels.
Well, since we didn't speak on it, if you're not sure what happened, the young man was at an amusement park in Florida, and he fell off of one of the rides. And the most disturbing part is, for me, the photos that show him before going up on the ride, you can clearly see that this young man was too large for the ride, and he was a large young man to be his age. For 14, he was 6'5", 350 pounds, and solid. He was an amazing football player, which it showed in his size, and he clearly could not fit on the ride. And for some reason, that ride malfunctioned and allowed it to work and go up to that type of height without him being strapped in, and he fell out and lost his life. So R.I.P. to him. Blessings, strength, and peace to his family. And Florida, send that check.
Well, the amusement park, not Florida.
Right, that part.
So while we keeping it in the Sunshine State, the Florida legislature passed a bill, and it's called the Don't Say Gay bill, right? So all the LGBT people,
we gonna give them their respect.
What?
LGBT.
What did I say?
LGT something. Don't get me wrong.
Listen,
the alphabet people.
All right.
They have a lot of letters.
And so yeah, so they oh my God, they're outraged. So here's the thing: the legislature basically states that teachers cannot talk about gender identities and all of this funny shit that go on right now to the kids. And if they do, then the parents can sue the school district, because basically you exposing these kids to things that they're not exposed to. So, right, I agree.
I 150,000% agree.
Like,
with
if
Florida.
my kid if I don't expose it to him, who are you? And
I feel like
and your curriculum.
The thing is this.
Right, let the youths be youths.
Let kids be kids, and let gay your sexual orientation or what you choose to be or choose to identify be a choice. With children, they're impressionable. So unknowingly to these people that's pushing this, oh, put, you need to include these children in this gay identity and how they identify and all of that. You're as an adult, you're taking these children's right to choice away and you don't even know it because they're so impressionable. They look up to us for how to make their decisions in life. So if you're a young child and maybe you're not fitting in with the normal crowd right now,
right,
and you have the adults around you making it seem like, oh, being gay or being trans or being this is the next best thing, you now make a child feel like, okay, it's a trend to be gay. And I mean that in
nasty,
I mean
word,
no disrespect to the community, because at the end of the day, being gay, who you love, who you identify as a whole grown adult, is your business. Like, you can love and be with who you want to, identify how you want to, but let children be children. Let them grow. Let them decide. Like, I'm not saying that, I do believe that some people are born that way. And if they are, let them make those choices for themselves. Don't influence them. Like, gay didn't just come out. People didn't just start being gay. You get what I'm saying? Like, people
have been gay since the beginning
people
of time.
Been gay since forever. And it wasn't in schools. It wasn't on television. It wasn't in the cartoons. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say it shouldn't be on television, because as adults,
right,
that's a part of our norm. There's
what's a part of the norm?
People being gay.
Oh, okay.
That's a part of the norm.
I thought you were saying gay being part of the norm.
Gay is a part of adult normal lives, because somewhere in the world.
Listen, pardon me, repeat offenders. I'm sober, so I'm trying to get in my bag.
You might need to drink that.
I'm trying to get in my bag right now.
Sip on
this
that
might be
thing.
The most soberest podcast episode I did.
Why you babysitting that thing? Just throw that back.
No, I'm good.
Like I said, there's somewhere in the world, there's two men that are happy to love each other, live with each other. There's two women that are happy to love each other, live with each other, create a family. And as adults, so be it. We can watch that and understand and differentiate that these adults chose to live their life, and this is the truth of what they live in. Children, on the other hand, let them be kids. Let them decide for themselves who they want to be, how they want to live as they grow into life. Like, let them grow into life. Let them experience things and make them make that choice on their own. Don't push that on their mind. So I definitely agree with Florida. I think all states should adapt that. Let the children be children.
Right. So when you were talking, I noticed you used the word include in one of the statements you were making, the point you were making. So here we are, the LGBT people, they backlash, and oh man, now they're offended. Like, so because of that, the Disney Corporation, yes, Walt Disney, the movies, they had a walkout last week because the employees were saying, and this was in the California headquarters and in Florida, the employees were saying that the corporation wasn't doing enough inclusion to be supportive of the LGBT people. So wait. So basically, Disney, the CEO said, okay, he gave in under pressure. Now they're going to have more gay cartoons and more gay programming for the children. Oh, yes. So he gave in, and now they're going to make, starting with the new Toy Story movie, they're going to be some gay characters in there.
But again, the inclusion, my thing is, I could see y'all boycotting if, there's being rude and nasty slurs going on behind the scenes at Disney, or
right.
Your bosses is not accepting of the fact that you're gay or that you're a lesbian or whatever you may be.
Right.
And that then again, boycott that, because at the end of the day, as adults, we should be able to live how we live. We should be able to work comfortably. But why?
Right.
Why do y'all feel the need to push this on children? It has not been done for years. Like, do you see the people that we are, the generations before us, And they didn't have that, but again, gay didn't just get here. Lesbians didn't just get here. You understand? They was
if you leave it up to these people, everybody gonna be taking glizzy in the back or licking carpet. It's crazy.
What I
I'm telling you,
I will say
they want everybody to be gay.
No gay man, no lesbian woman, no relationship should be disrespected, discriminated against at their workplace, at their home. If you're, as an adult, you have the right. Well, as a person in general, you shouldn't be discriminated against. But you can't say that a child that doesn't even have a full brain yet, your brain is still growing,
still being developed,
needs to see this.
I don't need to be. My kid don't need to be hearing about it. Don't need to be seeing it. And you're right.
It's horrible.
So still keeping it to the state of Florida. Oh yes.
Let's go Florida.
So the NCAA. You repeat offenders. You motherfuckers gotta do your own homework. I'm just here to talk about it. I'm not a news reporter, and neither is Amor. Sure. We just here to talk about it. Now, when you hear it, and if it interests you, you go do your own homework. This
is where we share opinions.
Right.
We give our opinions, and we hope you guys chime in with your opinion, and maybe our opinions can make a big
thing. Keeping in the state of Florida, the governor, he hated by these people them now. Oh, yes. He offended somebody.
As he should.
So, the swimming thing, right? So, they had this big NCAA swimming contest. Breaststroke, left stroke, right stroke, whatever all these strokes are, right? So, basically, you had this guy. This guy, he's a guy, but he wasn't really doing really well in swimming. He said he always felt like, he was... a woman inside. So now he says, I'm quitting the men's swim team and he gonna join the women's swim team. But here it is, this guy is like 6'6" plus, 2 some odd pounds. He wins the championship, right? But you're a dude, you're a whole dude with a glizzy with man muscles, and you feel like you're a woman, so you identify as a woman. So now you swim in the women's competition. You beat all the women. Because you're stronger, number one. So now the Florida governor says, I don't fuck what who said. We said the girl won.
As she
so
did.
If you already know, 2 is always the first loser. But not in this case. The woman who lost to the guy who acts like
because technically she didn't lose. She won.
Because
she did not lose against her peers.
Right, her sex, same sex. It's a women's competition. My man, you got a whole joint.
A man is not her equal.
Because he was definitely probably not even that guy in the men's competition.
So, that's probably what it is. You couldn't beat your peers. You couldn't go up against the men that was your size, that had your stamina and your energy. You couldn't beat them. So you want to, now I'm a woman. And the reason you couldn't...
Am I identifying as? This whole identify culture fucking makes me mad.
And 9 times out of 10, the reason why you put in your mind that you couldn't beat them is because, I'm too feminine, or I identify as a woman, so I'm gonna go over here with these girls. And no, you couldn't beat them because you couldn't beat them, but you beat a girl because, again, men are stronger than women. But let me ask you a question. So what is your opinion on if this was the same situation, but it was, so this particular young man is just, I'm not going to say drag, but he's a man that identifies and dressed like a woman. He has done nothing to himself to become a woman. What would be your opinion on it if it was a trans woman? Meaning, let me
down to me. I don't know these things.
I'm about to say, meaning that this man has went through the process to become a woman, meaning he has took the hormonal shots to take the
do he have a glizzy?
Wait a minute. To take the testosterone out of him and put estrogen into him. He now has boobs. He now has a vagina. He now identifies as a complete woman. He has done the complete change. Would you have the same opinion on him going against a woman?
Here's the thing.
Or she, because he would now be a she.
All right. You ready?
I'm listening.
You ready? You motherfuckers is ready? Right. If I shit a brown log, pour powdered sugar on it, put some other things on it, make it look real nice and pretty.
I wouldn't compare those.
And put it in a plastic bag and call it a doodle. Remember the little doodles of it? And I say, this is a doodle. I don't give a fuck. It's a doodle now. It tastes sweet. Is it shit or is it a doodle? Is it shit or is it...
It's shit.
So my answer to that is, if you was born with a glizzy and male testosterone and your name was Tyrone, but because of money and science, you changed yourself and now you Teresa, you Tyrone to me. Period. Because God didn't change you. You changed you.
Right.
So if you was born with a glizzy and testosterone, yeah, you Tyrone till you die to me. I don't give a fuck. That's a nigga. I don't care if you have a vagina in there. You're a nigga, bro. You made in China. You went and did the surgeries. You did all these things. Doesn't change who you are. That's just what it is. And keeping to that, piggybacking onto what I was saying about the swim competition. Here comes your man Bruce Jenner talking about he agrees with the Florida governor. Common sense. Yeah. And so I'm sitting here and I'm reading this article and I say to myself, well, Bruce, you're Caitlyn now. You won Woman of the Year, Time Magazine Woman of the Year, when you came out and did all of the things that you did to become Caitlyn, and they called you brave. But you still got a dick. And you going to, and not now, you don't have nothing to do if people could get nominated. If an organization that chooses to nominate you, that's beyond your control. But you accepted the award. My nigga, you did nothing but decide you was in the house with all those Kardashians, and you decided, fuck it, bad bitches is winning, I'm gonna be a bad bitch too. And then you got nominated for this award, they called you brave. What about all of the women that whole year that did impactful things, shaped lives, molded lives, shifted the culture, brilliant minds, did real things that affect real change, and because you were a star athlete and you decide you want to be a woman now, you're brave and you should be Woman of the Year. So, fuck out of here.
Okay, so who gave him Woman of the Year again? I forgot what company.
Time Magazine.
Okay, Time Magazine is wrong as hell. So the thing is this. Time Magazine, you have to remember, the only reason why I kind of understand Caitlyn is because Caitlyn comes from an area of reality TV where everything is for publicity. Everything is for ratings. So, Time Magazine, you're wrong as hell for even nominating her. Sorry, it's Caitlyn. So, her. You're wrong for even nominating him. Now, on the other hand, Caitlyn, you have to remember, around that same time that was happening, he was coming out with his own reality show. He was doing his transition. Or she was doing her transition. She was coming out with a reality show. So, of course, you feel me? You got Kris Jenner in the back of your mind. Even though she might have not been supporting you then, one thing about Kris is she going to get that bag by any means necessary. Mm-hmm. She's going to get that bag. Mm-hmm. So, being married to her for so long, it was no way in hell he was turning up that publicity. He wasn't. So yes, I accepted it because I had a reality show coming back. And the reason...
Where is it now?
It done aired. He done got paid. It's over. But the reason why he can say it's common sense, because now that he's a woman doesn't take away the fact that he was an athlete. He knows what goes into being an athlete and the strength and the training and all of that. There's no way in hell she was ever going to beat you.
Right.
It wasn't going to happen. So he knows that. Right. And he's a genuine athlete.
Yeah.
So he's not going to let somebody diminish that woman's hard work.
Right.
No, she won. And he's right. She Caitlyn, I keep saying, excuse me, Caitlyn. She's right. Like, no. Right. But again, the magazine was wrong for that.
Right. So, yeah. So let's just hop in a vehicle. And let's drive on up to the good state of North Carolina.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yes, my friends. Boys, girls, men,
Oh
women, repeat
Lord.
offender, whatever you identify as. This family in the state of North Carolina decides to abandon their loved one. I know you like, what do you mean? Oh, yes. You know how these people feel about dogs. Dogs got more rights than black men. Dogs got more rights than black men. And I'll say it for you people in the back. An animal, in particular, a dog, has more rights than a black man in America. They get more empathy, sympathy, and more rights and protection. This family, Caucasian family, y'all ready for this? Abandoned their dog because they felt that the dog is gay. This is when I wish I had some weed. Because I'd have been like this. Oh, yes. Good old Fido got kicked to the curb because the family felt like the dog was gay.
The stupidity.
Make that make sense. But
The
this is what I
ignorance.
say about whitey. And not all, but some. But then again, maybe. You can't make this shit up with them.
Ignorance.
They put the dog up for adoption or they left the dog somewhere. The dog now is with a healthy family that accepts gay dogs.
Yeah, or just so happens to be a gay family.
Perhaps.
Of course they accept
Right.
the gay dog.
But how did you recognize that your dog was gay? Did they try to hook the dog up with another female dog and the dog didn't want to kill? But every time male dogs come around, they get excited.
Maybe he was
How
running
did they
around
know?
sniffing male balls. Male dog.
I just want to know how did they know the dog was gay? Unless
Right. We need an in-depth
was the dog
detail.
coming to hump?
Because maybe we should call them and inbox them on social media and say, can you come and describe just in case? I need to know if my dog is gay.
Let me get my note sheet together. All right, yeah, check. All right, moving right along.
She's gay.
Right, so that's crazy.
The dog is gay.
Like that was it for me. That almost took me out when I read that. I'm like, oh shit. This shit is for real. Okay.
People are sick. People are sickening.
Very, very. So, here we are. What is it, about 2 o'clock in the morning?
1:49.
It's 1:49 in the morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And we still have a lot more to cover. Japanese technology company, right, creates a software that makes you feel real pain in the metaverse. I'll say it again. A tech company created a software that will allow you to feel real things, including pain, inside the metaverse. Now, I'm from an era where I don't know what a metaverse is. I'm assuming it's some sort of virtual reality. I know a lot of people are wearing that little virtual thing now. So
no, the metaverse, yeah, it's a part of
virtual reality.
It's virtual reality.
It's not real world,
but it's something that's becoming something big. Like you can now like buy real estate and stuff in the.
So this is basically translation. The way I see it, coronavirus is never going away, and people gonna have to start living in virtual reality to have some sort of life or something like that. That's the way I see it.
I don't know about that.
Now you could feel things like.
But why?
Oh, wait, can I grab? No.
No.
All right, I'm sorry. Don't fuck me up.
So
So
why would you want? See that? But the thing with that just makes me nervous. I watch too many movies, Lifetime, things like that, and when I think about things like that, I think about wartime. I don't know why. I automatically go there. And if you had your enemy or somebody that you wanted some type of information from, or you wanted them to do something in particular, that would be the technology you could now use to inflict pain on them consistently. Because why would you want to inflict pain on some
20-second timeout? That is some real thinking, right? Give me 5.
That's what I automatically go to, because why would you want to inflict pain in a reality that's not real? Like, What's the thought behind that? That makes me
That's
think
some sort of
that
fucking.
I think like that because you know
That's
when we
some
was
type
in
of
COVID,
technological warfare.
right? Because when we was in COVID, they was
Technological.
talking about those green camps and how people that had got the COVID shot was now gonna be put into these camps and all of this thing. So
it was a proposal. I remember.
Right. So if now you're trying to force these people to do the things that you want them to do, but you're trying to do it in a way where you can say, oh, we're not beating on them, we're not hurting them, we're not harming them. You can cause pain on them through a virtual reality. That bugs me. I don't like.
So now I ask myself, is it possible that the woman a couple months ago that said she was raped and fondled in the metaverse and it seems so real, did she have that new tech, or is it just could you gotta get the metaverse thing and put it on.
We're gonna have to get the metaverse thing and try it out, but I don't know if she had that new technology yet because it probably wasn't officially out. But one thing I can say,
what can you say,
is that something as tragic as being raped, even in the metaverse, like if you have that on your, if you're like, you live, you in the metaverse, you moving and shaking, and you really believing that this is the world you in for the moment because you playing this game, it's very much possible for it to feel real, like, because rape is something that's such